Stepper motors are hiding some impressive precision if you know how to unlock it. Join me while I explore. You've seen these little motors everywhere inside 3D printers, gauges, and even robotics kits. They're usually used for simple discrete steps: move here, stop there, repeat. Today I'm combining a stepper motor with a magnetic encoder to see just how precisely I can control its position. So why not use a regular DC motor over its stepper motor? Your typical DC motor has fixed magnets around the outside and brushes that run on a commutator. This energizes the coils in the armature, making the armature spin. Aside from speed and direction, there is very little control. On the other hand, this stepper motor has coils around a permanent magnet rotor. Beneath the coils are toothed metal plates that are energized by the coils. As we energize these coils, we can accurately rotate the rotor a few degrees at a time. Depending on how fast we pulse the coils, the speed changes or the direction changes. That's great and all, but a stepper still has no idea where it is. We could use a home switch, but this would limit our movement. To help, we are going to use an encoder. An encoder converts motion into electrical signals. These two don't look anything alike, but they do the same thing. The one on the right has a dial you turn, and your microcontroller will count the pulses endlessly. The one on the left does the same. But where is the knob? Here it is, a very tiny magnet. The sensor detects the poles changing as the magnet rotates using Hall effect. Although the sensor is versatile, we do have a design challenge where the encoder needs to sense from a moving shaft. We can't put it on the motor output, as this is where the dial will go, and there is no access to the rotor on the back. So we are going to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Issue 1, the motor isn't too hard to turn manually, but it is a bit harder than you would expect for a volume dial. Issue 2, anyone that has worked with these motors knows they aren't the fastest, so we need to improve the speed. Issue 3, as we know, we need to somehow detect the movement of the motor. Our solution to all these problems is gears. We will put a large output gear on the motor and a small drive gear on the dial. This way we can add a magnet to the bottom of the dial, reduce the torque required to turn the motor while speeding up the motor speed. To tick the project off at this milestone, I added a pixel ring. As the dial will move over 360 degrees, I can't attach a wire to just one LED. The pixel ring can be programmed to alter the color of the slot and background depending on position. The dial just drops down into a skateboard bearing to give it a solid feel. Here is where we are at. I am hooked up to the Pico just because that is what was on the breadboard at the time. Here is our dial. We can see the stepper motor and our gearing. At the moment the dial just pops off and you can see the magnet for the encoder. I have added a skateboard bearing which makes it more solid and smooth, and of course the LEDs. Once it is in situ, I just need to enter in the angles I want in the Arduino console, and the motor drives to that angle based on the feedback from the encoder. I think the speed is fine. This is 600 steps per second. In the intro we were running around 1200. Moving the dial is about as tight as any high-end audio gear, I think. You wouldn't know there was a motor behind it. So where to from here? First things first, you're going to want to hit the subscribe button, because if you made it this far, there is a lot of videos I have you're going to love. But back to the dial, now the proof of concept is working. I will probably move everything over to an Arduino Pro Mini, as it is more compact, then also mount the driver board, so the dial is one module. Another issue is that this is a motor, it can generate power. Check the output LEDs here. See they light up when I turn the dial? It's probably not an issue, just bad practice. Then I want to add a digital potentiometer so the dial can be a true analog and digital volume control. For now, everything to this point is on my Patreon for free, so you can follow along. Let me know in the comments what you would do better, and thumb up if you want more videos on this project. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.